Some may say I'm a little bit weird. I have a role-playing problem. Hello everyone, hello friends. I am back with a brand new video for you guys. Sorry for a little bit of the week bye-bye note video. I have been wrapped up with a few larger projects between me and a few of my friends. So I'm trying to pre-record a few things and then, let them roll out throughout the rest of the week. So let's see how that works. Hold it right there. Before I start this video, my analytics tell me that 65% of the people watching this video right now are not subscribed. So if you want to, can you please subscribe? Now, ever since I was little, I would constantly just sit in my head and just be like, what can I think about? What story can I pretend? What character can I play? If I wasn't playing dolls or toys with my siblings, I was doing it by myself, and I'm constantly just daydreaming. I'm constantly thinking about what could be, what has been, what maybe could be. I was in my own head. I'm making up stories until this day. I'm making up stories. And so you could imagine that my life changed for maybe the better when I started LARPing with Dagger here. Now you could be thinking to yourself, Ishtar, why did you choose Dagger here out of all the LARP to roleplay? Because if you know anything about this game, it's more of combat first, garb second, and then roleplay, which most people don't really do it. Probably because that was the only thing available to me at the time, and I like garb, and not other LARPing communities do much with their garb. I went ahead and I tied my boots and I went and I started to go to practice, and bada bing bada boom, I'm a part of the community of Dagger here / Hearthlight. And it was a good old time. I quickly realized that a lot of my peers were not role-playing, so something I don't think I've told anyone is that I make up stories in my head while I'm playing, which is probably why I'm not really speaking to other people when I'm role-playing, or when I'm in events, like on the battlefield. I'm just kinda... If you see pictures of me on field, a lot of the time I'm like grinning ear to ear or have this whack face on, just because you know how event pictures are. But I'm definitely in the middle of just thinking about fun stories while I'm fighting, and a lot of the time they involve the people around me, and here's one of them that I decided to do one day at an event. Now, you might remember a video that I did about 2 weeks ago about my friends Megacles and Alexis. And this involves Megacles mostly, and a little bit Alexis. Now, Megacles has this beautiful crest on his helmet, and it is made out of horsehair, and the horsehair is glued to the crest and then bolted down to the helmet. Glue can't be incredibly reliable, so during the fight, and everyone's like, and hitting people, we're all having a good time, we're all like doing the combat shit. Some of his horsehair gets either yanked out or it gets it falls out. And I'm running back to the battle because I was killed and I was just at res, and I look down and I see the captains of my units, half of his helmet's on the ground, it's some of his horsehair, and I remember I pick it up and I'm just like, oh shit, this is it. And I'm like, my captain, where is he? And I'm looking around and I'm like, Megacles! And I totally see him in my field of vision, but I don't want to because I want to pretend that he's dead and I have to avenge him. So I'm like, oh shit, I got you, man. And I stick some of his horsehair on my belt and I start running back to the battle, and I'm having a good time, and I'm killing people with rage now because they killed my captain. And as I'm freaking around, killing people, Megacles totally comes up to me and says, hey Ishtar, and I just go, no, I'm busy, I can't talk to you yet. I'm just like, oh no, it's the ghost of my captain. I'm sleepy. He is a mirage. I can't be doing this. And then I'm like, And I remember I even dropped the horsehair while I was fighting, and I just stopped what I was doing and I ran back to pick it up, and I'm just like, Captain! And I stick it back into my pocket, and I'm just busy being a freaking weirdo while everyone else is doing their thing, and I'm just like, thinking about stuff. I know there's other people on the field that do similar things, or they have some of the NPCs have more of a persona while they're on field, but I'm just really busy making up really dumb stories in my head because how else am I supposed to get this outlet out? I need to pretend to be normal. Not that I'm normal or anything, look at me. But anyway, the fighting's over, we win the battle. And what I do is I walk up to Alexis, his partner in crime, his lover, and I present to her the horsehair. And I go, Alexis, we lost him. We avenged him. And I'm like going off, and she's like, oh hell yeah. And she's just like, oh no, and she's just playing along with me because she's a great sport and I love her to death. But then she's like, okay, I want to give it back to him, and she like yoinks it, and then we're like, yo, Megacles. And we're like, we found your horsehair, and he's just like, rad. And I'm like, then I was done pretending, and then I just was like, here you go, dude. And he was just like, thanks for picking it up. And I'm like, it kind of looks cool without it, but it was all good. So that's one of the stories of me just goofing around on field being a dingus. My dog desperately wants it. I guess you could say my fake life in DAG is really important because a lot of like my roleplay stuff is revolved around objects. And like I had a friend that I gave him a hair tie with a rose on it. All one event, he just had pictures of him with the rose on his armor. And I'm just like, oh, my husband will come back and he'll bring me back the rose. And I'm just like, ah, you're such a nerd. What a baby. And I'm just like, I'm really telling you guys a secret. And now some of you are gonna ruin it when I'm out and about. Or maybe some people want to play with me. Yay, well, don't you want to play with me? Like, I'm taking things that definitely shouldn't be a big deal, but then I'm sitting there crying about it. Like one time, if you don't know me in LARP or anything, I am known for wearing almost exclusively red. I'm wearing blue to make my brothers happy. Exclusively, I wear red. People can see me on field because I'm just that person wearing like red and yellow, and I'm just like, but a friend of mine was like, hey, do you have any red fabric that I could borrow that's like, you know, like a strip? And I'm like, sure. And I give it to him, and then he starts to like wrap it around his arm, and I'm like, didn't you need it for X, Y, and Z? And he's just like, no. I want this red fabric around my arm so I could take the memory of you into battle. And I'm just like, why do you like me so much? And I'm just like, and then when I'm fighting, I think about like maybe a trinket I have of his that reminds me of him. Like I have this little like iron hoop that goes around my belt and makes me think of him. So then it makes me be like, we're fighting for each other. And I'm just like, wow! It's just, I know I'm dumb. But alright everyone, now that you know a little bit more about me, that's all I got for you today. But alright everyone, like this video if you did, don't if you didn't, subscribe to me, you'll get more of me. Alright everyone, have a good day, bye-bye! Mwah!